Have you ever wondered why people get so uncomfortable when you ask, why? You're not screaming. You're not insulting anyone. All you did was raise a question. Why do we have to do it this way? Is this really the best path?
Who said that this is the only truth? And suddenly, silence, then discomfort, then resistance. People don't hate you because you asked something wrong. They hate you because you dared to disturb what they've been pretending is right. In a world carefully built on collective assumptions and quiet obedience, the one who dares to question everything becomes a threat.
We were taught to answer, not to question. In school, you get rewarded for knowing the answer, not for doubting the question. In offices, the silent followers climb faster than the ones who ask too many questions. At home, kids are told, do as you're told. Adults know better. So we learned to survive by nodding, by staying quiet, by fitting in. And slowly, a silent contract is made. To be accepted, you must not question the script. Questioning becomes rebellion. Curiosity becomes defiance. Critical thinking becomes inconvenient. And those who keep asking why become the first to be resented. Throughout history, the first ones to question the status quo were often the first to be punished. Galileo condemned for saying the earth moves. Socrates executed for corrupting young minds with critical thinking. Giordano Bruno burned alive for believing in an infinite universe. They didn't attack. They simply asked, what if everything we believe is incomplete? And that alone was enough to provoke fear, because a question is a mirror. It forces people to confront the cracks in their reality, and most would rather smash the mirror than look at what it shows. The crowd doesn't fear wrong answers. They fear uncertainty. When you ask hard questions, you don't just challenge a person. You challenge a system, a tradition, a way of life. And systems don't like being questioned. They prefer obedience wrapped as peace, silence dressed as harmony. A crowd doesn't seek truth. It seeks comfort. And the person who questions becomes a discomfort. So the easiest way to restore order is to get rid of the one who asked. We live in a world built on illusions. News is filtered. Algorithms feed you what's comfortable. People follow trends they don't even understand. Everything seems polished, but hollow. And in such a world, the most dangerous person is not the one who screams in protest. It's the one who quietly asks, "Is this even real?" Just a whisper of doubt can collapse the entire illusion. You don't have to shout. You don't need a revolution. All
it takes is refusing to pretend, and already you're the enemy. So yes, those who question
are often alone because they're not looking for comfort. They're looking for clarity. Even if that clarity comes with solitude, you may lose friends, be misunderstood, labeled negative, difficult, or troublemaker. But that
loneliness is the price of awareness. You're not alone because you're wrong. You're alone because you no longer fit in the fantasy, and eventually others like you will find you.
Because those who question recognize each other by the light in their eyes. They've seen beyond the mask. Remember this: every great change in history started with a question. Why can't women vote? Why are people judged by skin, color? Why do we accept suffering as normal? All of these began with discomfort. All of them faced rejection, and all of them were asked by someone brave enough to be hated first. So keep asking, even when they frown, even when they turn away, because one honest question can be louder than 1,000 fake smiles. You don't need to have all the answers, but never let them take away your right to question, especially when the world seems too certain, too neat, too quiet. Ravelo isn't here to give you the truth. He's here to remind you that you have the right to doubt, the right to ask, to wonder, to break the script. Because the moment you stop asking, you stop thinking. And if you stop thinking, someone else will gladly think for you. So, ask. Even if it makes them uncomfortable. Even if it makes you the villain. Even if you're the only one who dares. Because questioning doesn't make you dangerous. It makes you awake. When was the last time you asked a real question